garden starts to fill with fruiting vines. A group of Met Gala types are there, watching the insects move toward the fruit in slow, twitching waves. They're all silent and have horrified looks on their faces. "What are those things?" one guest asks. "The bugs?" says another, unsure of what the senior guest was referring to. "Bugs? Those little things that record your conversations?" "Yes," a third guest shouts, interjecting both conversationally and physically. That's the most repulsive thing about bugs, how they listen in. I've never seen those things before. I believe I hire people to make sure I don't. They're horrible. Yes, they're horrible. And they listen. 2. The great army is lost. They were meant to go to a beautiful country and extract from it its beauty. They were meant to plant the new flag in the very center of the long island which constitutes it. The new flag has a curling bicep rendered by image-generating software. The titan fist on the floating arm at the flag's center has too many fingers. No soldier in the Great Army has noticed this. Maybe they don't know how to count. Maybe numbers baffle them, including those that guide people to precise locations. "I like Christmas music after Christmas," one soldier says. The others listen because they're too bored not to. They've been walking in snowy fields for days, seeing nothing but the occasional elk. "What?" another soldier says. "I like Christmas music after Christmas. It makes me feel good. But during Christmas, I do not like it. It makes me feel bad." One soldier slows his walk so that he is behind the Christmas soldier. He points his gun at the Christmas soldier's head. He walks that way for several hours, just to pass the time. 3. The conductor is furious with the orchestra. Not a single musician is playing the same song. Some days, they are the best orchestra on the planet. Others, they all just do their own thing. The conductor has no control over which sort of day it's going to be. She discovers it at the same time that the audience does, after the first few notes. They either line up as they're mapped on the sheets, or they're all over the place. Today is one of those doing their own thing days. She wants so badly to pull out one of those old-fashioned machine guns and mow them all down. She imagines herself doing this while dressed sharply as an old-fashioned gangster. She tries her best to create the air of intention, to excuse the cacophony coming from her orchestra. Her mind imagines mowing them all down as vividly as she's able to. She tries to mow them down every 16 measures. This is how she gets through each song of each performance without actually harming anyone. 4. "What's that racket?" says one soldier to the others. "It sounds like Christmas music," says another. "Some of it does, but it also sounds like a bunch of other things all at once." "It's awful," another soldier chimes in. "I like it," says another. "Let's follow it," says another. And they do. When they arrive at the source of the cacophony, which is an orchestra set up in a field of snow, they stop and listen for a while. The conductor is looking toward them and mouthing something. It's something like, ow, ow. They figure she must be native to the beautiful island and speak the local language, which none of them understand. They smile and nod and wave back toward her, and she, the conductor, looks relieved. "What's that noise?" says a soldier, referring by the turn of his chin toward something other than the orchestra. "I can't hear anything over this racket. It sounds like an army." At this, the soldiers line up and point their weapons in the direction the commanding officer has instructed them to. A dark, twitching wave is coming over the hills toward them. They hold steady and aim, trying to get a glimpse through their scopes of what approaches. "Bugs!" one soldier cries. "Trillions of them, they're everywhere." The wave sweeps quickly across the snowy field toward the soldiers, who open fire. No, toward us, not them," the conductor shouts. But she is, as usual, ignored. There are too many insects. It's as if every insect in the world has joined together to come crashing down toward the soldiers and wash them off the earth, which more rightly belongs to them. The soldiers continue to squeeze their triggers, reload, then squeeze again. Over the symphony of bullet fire, the orchestra suddenly begins to play the melody to the Christmas classic, Silent Night. They're playing it perfectly, just as the insects overtake the soldiers. They continue to play it better than any orchestra on Earth has ever played it, even as the insects devour them too. They've played it so perfectly, in fact, that the melody lingers even after they've been eaten by the insects down to their bones. Maybe the melody is playing from their bones, as if they're acting as a speaker of some kind, says a party guest, while floating between the world of the living and that of the dead. The advance of the insects is silent. The only sound that remains in the world, for a while anyway, is the melody from Silent Night.